This is yet another episode from the TGV Global Speaker Series, and our guest for today is SHUANG Min Chang, and she's from Taiwan. Her life journey is from one city to the country, and from fashion to ocean, from get going to flowing. She's a life transformer and an intuitive healer. She has founded Freedom to Success to help high achievers to finally achieve through clarity, alignment, and connection. And as we prepare to delve into our conversation today, here's an exciting twist. Let us tickle the brain of Shuang first. So, Shuang, get ready for a rapid fire round of random words. I'll mention a few, and I would love to hear the first thing that comes to your mind in response without thinking much. If you're ready, let's do it.
Okay, I'll do my best.
Okay. Curiosity.
It's me.
Oh, wow. Invention.
New.
Future.
Good.
Book.
Reading.
Movie.
Queen Elizabeth. The
Food.
first.
Queen Elizabeth first, okay.
Food. Italy.
Italy, okay. Place.
Place.
Yeah, place.
Home.
Name.
Identity.
Okay, next one is animal.
Whales.
And the last one is world.
World.
Yeah.
It's a nice place.
Great. Great. I loved your responses. And Shuang, thank you so much for participating in the first rapid fire round. We have one more rapid fire towards the end of the episode.
Okay.
So, folks, welcome to the Guiding Voice podcast series where we embark on transformative conversations for a better future. I'm your host, Naveen Samala, dedicated to making the world a better place through valuable discussions that add value not only to your life but also to your career. Thank you so much for tuning in. And Shuang, hearty welcome to the Guiding Voice. Excited to have you as our first guest from Taiwan. How are you today?
I'm good. It's such a pleasure to be invited here. Thank you.
Pleasure to have you. And Shuang, let's start with your success mantra. So request you to share with our audience the top 3 things that have contributed to your success so far.
My success. Clarity for sure. I preach what I do. Then determination.
Mm-hmm.
And then the ability to embrace uncertainty.
Wow. Clarity, determination, and embracing uncertainty. I think embracing uncertainty is the most important thing in the current times. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Let's move forward, and I'll start with clarity. Like, how would you define clarity in the context of self-discovery and personal growth? What's your take on that?
Clarity is, I always say, like, it's know where you are going.
Mm-hmm.
So, for example, if I'm planning a holiday, I have to decide where I want to go for the holiday first.
Yeah.
Clarity is the same. Where do I want to go from here in my life to the next place I want to go? Like the person I want to be, the success I want to achieve, the people I want to be with, the love I want to create, the financial, like the number in my bank account even. So that all those clarity is to know where I'm going. That's for me, that's my definition of clarity.
Awesome. So, Shuang, now share with our audience a personal experience where gaining clarity transformed your perspective on life and your sense of self.
Okay, I want to share a story. Like when I was in Italy, I lived in Italy for 2 years and a half,
Mm-hmm.
and the last 6 months was difficult because I was struggling between getting a full-time job and getting my immigration paper. It's kind of everyone was asking me, you need to have a paper to have a job, you need a job to have a paper. So I was in a very bad cycle.
Mm-hmm.
And at that time, I had 2 goals, so like clarities. I have 2. One is I would like to immigrate to Italy. The second one is I have a clear trajectory, a clear vision of how my career should go. I was in fashion retail. And so at that time, I was kind of faced in a situation. Now this seems like a messy knot I cannot untie. So how can I untie it? I went back to my clarity, asking myself, like, okay, these 2 things are the most important thing to me. But if I want to get 2 things at the same time, I put myself in a situation that now there's no solution. So I asked myself again, which one is most important to me? For me, back then I was 26, 27 years old. That was 13 years ago. For me, career is the most important.
Yeah.
So I told myself, it's okay. I can put down the moving to another country or Italy for now. But for me, my career is most important. And you know what happened? Once my clarity was really clear, my one of the company Gucci I work internship with had an opening in China immediately, and they want me to be there. So once I have the clarity, I didn't even tell anyone I'm ready to leave Italy. But the opportunity came to me right away in months. So that's how important clarity and our energy align with the clarity. So important.
That's nice. And you said you lived in Italy, you lived in India. Where all other countries have you lived in?
Then I spent 8 years in China, but I travel quite extensively.
Wow.
Globally.
I think you have a great perspective about the global cultures and the environment out there. So, which is really essential to succeed in the current times. Now, let's talk about the life purpose, right? So, how can individuals identify and align with their life's purpose, and what are the benefits of living in alignment with it?
Okay, I one of the saying one of my coaches like to say is that you don't find your purpose finds you. But how can we invite our purpose in is that we do the things each and every moment that align with ourselves. I am a coach now, but I used to spend in my last career like the fashion luxury retail for 15 years. Back then, and when I was 20 something, that was my purpose. My purpose is, to have a career success, to live experience or multicultural experience, to move around, to learn a new language. So I speak like 4.5 languages. That was my purpose, to test my potential. That was my purpose. And now my purpose is to help others to find their potential. And when I think about those things, I engage myself doing. I have a natural energy coming up. I have this natural energy that I am ready to face any challenges. This energy that feel into my determination. I guess that's the sense. If you want to feel or find, let's say find, or to let your purpose discover you, is that you have to find a way to connect with that internal energy of yours, that you are working towards something that always energizes you, even in the hardest time.
Got it. That's nice. And let's talk about the practices or techniques which you want to recommend to help someone realign with their purpose in case if they feel they have strayed from it.
Okay, so usually the feeling of straying from purpose is that you are tired of challenges, you feel a sense of loss, like you don't know where you are going, a sense of confusion, and then feel like even like really hard to get up in the morning. Like we have been all been through that. Sometimes I still feel that, like on the bad days. So to reconnect the daily or now what you can do, the first thing is write down the things that energize you. It's not necessary you can become a career. It's not necessary you can make money out of it. It's very important we recognize the important things, not only the things that is going to make us money. And the second thing is look into your childhood dreams. And how can you, if you think that you cannot chase those dreams anymore, is there a space to reinterpret those dreams and make it a habit, a pursuit, or creating a new experience? Reconnect. When we are in the when we are adults in the corporate world and it was expected with a lot of responsibilities, we forgot or we don't remember how we were like when we were really energized for nothing. So try to look for those things that make you happy, make you energized. Carve out time to reconnect with those activities. And then see how your daily other activities, even in your job, with your family, with your children, with your friends, how to create the same feeling in those areas as well. And slowly you will find yourself like easier to connect with your energy, and then you can create a more.
Got it. And now I have a curious question, like what role does this self-connection play in one's spiritual journey, and how can individuals cultivate a deeper connection with their inner selves?
Okay, self-connection, it's very important, not just talking about spirituality. Like the body, whether we can connect with it and know how our body feels, it's very important, because when we cannot, sometimes we don't have the space to feel our emotion or our energy, let's say. But then things will reflect in our body. For example, when I'm very angry, my heart doesn't feel well. Right? So if we connect with our body, then we know there's a message. We are in a good or bad place. So that's very important for personal growth, is that if we don't know ourselves, we don't know what we need to grow or what we want to grow. You know, if it's rose doesn't know it's a rose, then it doesn't know how to bloom into a rose, let's say.
Yeah.
So that's why I value connection very much. And our connection with the body, with our emotion, actually, our body and our emotion give us a lot of messages, and most people overlook, because we need to manage our emotion. We shouldn't be angry, or like we have to push our body harder. You know, all the training all along hour in the office. So we ignore those messages, but they are precious. They are the message. Not just our bodies, it's a message from our soul. And if you want to go on to the practice of spirituality, it's very important.
Okay, now let's assume somebody is connected very well within themselves. Like, then how does this internal connection impact an individual's external experiences and interactions with the world around them?
Okay, so I'm going to say something not everyone will probably agree. Our external world is a reflection of our internal world. So let's say if you must have the experience, there are somebody around you who is very angry. He has no ability to see the world as a beautiful place. Only when that person is willing to transform that anger into, I don't know, peace, love, or calm, he could see the world in a different way. So the transformation, the connection, it's actually, it change or expand our ability to see the world. And I like to talk about possibility a lot. There are limitless possibility in the world, but we can only see it when we can connect with the loving, peaceful, and kind self. So when anger come up, when depression come up, when sadness come up, when low self-esteem come up, how do we transform those parts of ourselves into the peaceful and loving self, so we can create a better possibility and opportunity for us in the external world? That's how I see the connection of things.
That is clear. Now let's move forward and talk about this. How do this clarity, alignment, and connection, all of these contribute a holistic approach to life, encompassing mental, emotional, physical, and also spiritual well-being? Maybe you can share some practical tips how to our listeners and audience, how they can also begin integrating these aspects into daily routines for a more holistic life.
Okay, so usually my first step is clarity. You have to have, some direction that what you want to work on and go. Yeah. So take some time to sit down to write down some clarities. I have like 12 aspects of life, but it's up to you. You can pick one aspect of your life. Let's say finance, career, love life, whatever. Write down the clarity. And ask yourself, why do I want these things? Because a lot of times the things we want is not because we want it, because everyone tells us it's good to have it. Or because we want it, because we think we need to get it from outside. For example, the sense of achievement. The way I work with my clients, they think they have to keep achieving to feel the sense of achievement. But no, actually they achieve better when they find a sense of achievement inside this. So write the clarity down and ask yourself, why do I want it? Is it because it simply energizes me? That's alignment. If there's even everyone said that it's not so good, it's useless, but it still like energize you. Everyone say it's too risky, too scary, it still energizes you. Most likely it's in alignment with you. And then connect with that feeling, starting doing something towards that direction. Set a plan or change your morning routine, like tiny steps. Don't put yourself into the pressure. No, I'm going to get it today. Small steps. And then through the small step, connect with yourself. How I feel. Is this possible? How can I bring more to my life?
Amazing. I'm loving every bit of this conversation, and it has been incredible. It's time for us to add some excitement and add some spice. So I'm going to trigger the second rapid fire round with a set of intriguing questions. If you're ready, let's get started.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Let me fire the first bullet. So, Shuang, if you could have one gigantic billboard anywhere with anything on it, what would it say?
Be loved and be loved.
Wow. And what's one thing that you're really bad at that you wish you were good or better at?
Okay, I think very hard on this. The answer is no. I think everyone has their own unique gifts. So don't look into others' unique gifts. Look into yours, and others will help you where you are not good at.
That's nice. And can you describe yourself in just one word?
Resilient.
And what's your favorite thing about living in the current times, the 21st century?
Opportunities. It offers different platforms for people to reach different opportunities.
Yeah. I concur with you. And if you could have any superpower, what would it be and why?
I want the portkey in Harry Potter, so it can transport me to anywhere I go with a touch or with a door.
Good one. And here comes the last bullet. What is one electronic gadget that you'd like to see or invent yourself?
Oh, I don't know. I think we have too many gadgets, don't you think?
Okay. Great rapid.
I'm not a tech savvy person. So.
Okay, got it. Yeah, fair enough. At times it is okay not to be tech savvy as long as we are able to move forward, right? Yeah.
Okay.
Point taken. Point taken. And that's a great rapid fire. With that, let's flip back to the mainstream. And what advice do you have for individuals facing challenges in life that disrupt their sense of clarity and alignment? And how can they navigate these hurdles while staying true to themselves?
First, when we go through difficult times, we start judging ourselves or judging our environment. So I would like to invite you that if you're in this situation, come back and just acknowledge the situation as is. There's no good or bad. I always say that's what I do with my client. Everything happened. It's happened for us. It's not here to hinder ourselves. There's some lessons, some learning for us. So only when we stop judging good or bad, we can start seeing the opportunities. And I think that's the most important thing when we are in difficulties, the ability to see opportunities and possibilities. So come back to ourselves, acknowledge what is, stop judgment, and be there to feel, connect, to feel through what you feel, what you think. And then ask the most important question. Who am I want to be coming out of this? You want to be a victim? You want to feel a failure? Or you want to feel like you learned something? That's up to us.
Fabulous. I simply loved it. I think these are some powerful set of points that you have mentioned, which are actionable as well. And Shuang, before I let you go, please share with me and our audience how is your experience being hosted on the Guiding Voice platform.
I think it's new, and I like your rapid fire. I didn't do well the first time, but I think it's really also give me opportunity to see how I reflect. So, and then think I love you giving me the opportunity to share with what I value, what I'm passionate about, my purpose. So it's great.
Yeah, I also thoroughly enjoyed all the insights, and I really appreciate you joining me today and indulging in this conversation by sharing all the wisdom that you have gained in the last a few decades, right? So this is really great.
Yeah.
And I would love to host you again in the future. So looking forward to
sure.
doing many more episodes in the future. So thank you once again, Shuang, and really it
Thank
was
you.
a pleasure talking to you. I really appreciate it.
Thank you. I'm grateful.
Yeah, same here. So, friends, that was our episode with Shuang Min Chang. And before we jump into the fun trivia section, we have a quick request. If you haven't already, please subscribe to our podcast because subscribing keeps you updated on the new episodes. Also, if you have enjoyed the episode and found the conversation beneficial, please share it with at least three of your friends or colleagues who would also like the guiding voice. Also, please spread the knowledge and help others grow just like you. Now, let's cruise into the trivia segment of today's episode. So, today we had hosted a guest from Taiwan, and this series is part of the Global Speaker series, wherein I started sharing trivia about the country or the region from where the guests have come. So, today's trivia is about Taiwan, from where Shuang has joined us. So, here are the top three facts about Taiwan. And first one is it is a technological hub. It is a global technological hub and is often referred to as a Silicon Valley of Asia. And it is a major player in the semiconductor and electronics industries, housing some of the world's leading tech companies. And second one is about Taiwanese cuisine. So Taiwanese cuisine is renowned for its unique flavors and dishes. Some popular Taiwanese food include bubble tea, which is also called as pearl milk tea, beef noodle soup, stinky tofu, scallion pancakes, and pineapple cakes. So I would urge you to try these things in case if you happen to visit Taiwan. And the third one is about Taipei 101, which is formerly the tallest building in the world, is an iconic skyscraper located in Taipei, the capital of Taiwan, and it features a unique design inspired by traditional Asian pagodas and modern architecture. Okay, so this is all the information from my side with regard to Taiwan. And in case if you know any interesting facts related to Taiwan, please feel free to leave a note. If you are watching this video on YouTube or if you have found this on a social media platform, you can comment there also. And in addition to that, if you have any reflections based on the conversation that we have had with Shuang, you can comment about them also. So that's it for today's episode. Thank you so much for tuning in and also for being part of our awesome community. So, folks, we would love to hear from you. And do not hesitate to share your ideas, feedback, topic recommendations, guest speaker suggestions. And you can let them come through either social media platforms or you can also email me at theguidingvoiceforyou@gmail.com. And let's create content that resonates with you. I'm your host, Naveen Samala, a lifelong learner, and my goal is to have impactful conversations that improve not only your life but also your career. Until next time, take care, stay inspired, and remember the future holds great things because the best is yet to come. Goodbye for now. See you all in the next episode with another amazing guest.